Cheese. For years, it's been painted as the bad guy. Too fatty, too salty, something indulgent that should be avoided if you care about your health. But what if I told you that after 60, the right kind of cheese could actually become one of your body's greatest allies? Yes, you heard that right. Certain cheeses aren't just delicious. They're scientifically proven to help rebuild muscle, strengthen bones, and even fight off the silent muscle loss called sarcopenia that threatens millions of older adults. Imagine this. The simple food you've been keeping in your fridge, maybe tucked away in wax paper or sprinkled on pasta, might actually hold the secret to staying strong, steady, and independent as you age. In today's video, we'll uncover 3 specific cheeses that doctors and researchers quietly recommend for seniors. These aren't your average snack cheeses. They are nutrient-dense, protein-rich, and perfectly designed by nature to protect your muscles when you need it most. So, grab a notebook, because you're going to want to remember these. By the end of this video, you'll know not only which cheeses to eat, but also how to enjoy them in simple, everyday meals that fit naturally into your routine. This is Natural Health 60 Plus, where we bring you trusted, science-backed tips to help you age with vitality, strength, and confidence. Let's dive in. Part 1. 3. Cheeses seniors must eat to rebuild muscle. Cheese. Number 1, cottage cheese, the gentle powerhouse. When most people hear cottage cheese, they think of those diet fads from the 1980s. Bland, boring, and something you'd eat only if you had to. But here's the surprising truth. Cottage cheese is actually one of the most powerful muscle-protecting foods for seniors over 60. Why? Because this humble, creamy cheese delivers an incredible amount of high-quality protein without the heavy calories. Just half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese gives you around 14 grams of protein for only 81 calories. That means nearly 70% of its calories come from protein, far higher than many other cheeses. To put it in perspective, cheddar has only about 24% of its calories from protein. Right away, you can see why cottage cheese stands in a league of its own. But here's what makes it truly special for aging muscles. Cottage cheese is packed with leucine, the amino acid often called the trigger for muscle growth. Each half-cup serving gives you over 1 gram of leucine. Now here's why that matters. As we age, our muscles become stubborn. They don't respond to protein as efficiently as they once did. Seniors need about 3 grams of leucine per meal to flip the switch from muscle breakdown to muscle building. Cottage cheese gets you a full third of the way there in one serving. And it's not just the protein itself, but the type. Cottage cheese is rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles steadily for 6 to 8 hours. Think of it like a time-release formula, providing a gentle, ongoing stream of amino acids to protect your muscles throughout the day or night. That's why many experts recommend eating cottage cheese before bed. It helps prevent muscle breakdown while you sleep. Now let's talk about convenience, something so many seniors struggle with. Unlike steak or chicken, cottage cheese requires no cooking, no chewing through tough meat, and no complicated prep. It's soft, creamy, and gentle on your digestive system, which is a big advantage if you have dental issues or a sensitive stomach. You can eat it straight from the container, mix it with fruit, or even blend it into a smoothie where you won't even taste it. Real-life example. One of my patients, Laura, age 72, told me she'd lost her appetite for heavy meals and often skipped dinner. When she started adding just half a cup of cottage cheese with berries at night, she noticed her morning energy improved, and within weeks, she felt stronger, getting out of chairs and climbing stairs. Sometimes, the simplest changes make the biggest difference. How to use cottage cheese in your daily routine. Breakfast. Mix half a cup with blueberries and a drizzle of honey for protein plus antioxidants. Savory option. Add chopped tomatoes, cucumbers, and herbs like dill or chives. Snacks. Blend it into smoothies for extra protein without noticing the flavor. Cooking. Use it as a substitute for mayonnaise and chicken or tuna salad. For best results, aim for 1/2 to 1 cup daily, ideally in the morning after fasting all night or before bedtime to support overnight muscle protection. Cheese number 2, Parmesan, the concentrated muscle builder. When you think of Parmesan, you probably imagine it as just a topping for pasta or pizza. But here's the surprising truth. Authentic Parmesan, Parmigiano Reggiano, is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat, and it's a real powerhouse for seniors fighting muscle loss. Just 1 ounce of Parmesan, about the size of your thumb, contains over 10 grams of complete protein. That's an incredible concentration. For older adults who often eat smaller meals or have smaller appetites, this dense protein source is invaluable. Unlike big cuts of meat that may feel heavy or hard to digest, Parmesan delivers muscle-supporting nutrition in just a tiny serving. But the magic of Parmesan goes beyond protein. During its long aging process, often 24 months or more, natural enzymes break the protein down into smaller, more digestible fragments. This makes Parmesan gentle on your digestive system and easy for seniors to absorb, even if you've struggled with bloating or discomfort from other high-protein foods. And here's another plus. Authentic Parmesan is virtually lactose-free, so even many people who are lactose intolerant can enjoy it without worry. Parmesan also shines as a calcium powerhouse. Just 1 ounce provides about 331 waters of calcium, roughly a quarter of your daily needs. And while most people think of calcium as bone food, your muscles depend on it just as much. Every single muscle contraction requires calcium to fire. Without enough calcium, no amount of protein will build strong, functioning muscles. Studies show that seniors with low calcium intake face significantly higher risks of accelerated muscle loss. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Parmesan can be expensive. But here's the good news. Because it's so nutrient-rich, you don't need much. Just 1 to 2 ounces a day, or a few tablespoons of freshly grated Parmesan, is enough to make a real difference. And buying authentic wheels or wedges often proves more cost-effective in the long run, because a little goes a long way. Real-life tip from one of my clients, Michael, aged 68. He started sprinkling freshly grated Parmesan over his morning scrambled eggs instead of relying on protein shakes. Not only did he boost his breakfast protein to over 20 grams, but he also noticed he felt more satisfied until lunch. No more mid-morning crashes. Easy ways to use Parmesan in your daily routine. Breakfast, grated over scrambled eggs or omelets, adds flavor and doubles the protein punch. Lunch, sprinkle generously on salads or soups. Dinner, use it as a finishing touch on roasted vegetables, pasta, or casseroles. Snacks, enjoy small chunks of Parmesan with fruit or a handful of nuts for a nutrient-dense mini meal. And here's an important note. Skip the pre-grated Parmesan in plastic containers. They often contain fillers and lack the rich nutrition of the real thing. Look for authentic Parmigiano Reggiano with the dotted rind. Your muscles and taste buds will thank you. By adding just a little Parmesan daily, you give your body not just concentrated protein, but also the calcium and easily digestible nutrients your muscles need to stay strong and functional well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Cheese number 3, ricotta, the fast-acting muscle builder. If cottage cheese is the slow and steady protector and Parmesan is the concentrated powerhouse, then ricotta is the fast-acting rescuer your muscles have been waiting for. Soft, creamy, and mild, this cheese holds a secret weapon that sets it apart from almost every other dairy food: whey protein in its natural form. Ricotta is made from the leftover whey during the cheese-making process. And unlike most cheeses, which are dominated by casein, the slow-digesting protein, ricotta contains a significant amount of whey protein, the fastest-absorbing protein your body can get. Here's why that matters for seniors. After any activity, whether it's gardening, walking, or even light stretching, your muscles are hungry for repair. Whey protein from ricotta enters your bloodstream within 30-60 minutes, delivering amino acids directly to muscle fibers right when they need them most. This quick action can flip the switch from muscle breakdown to muscle building almost instantly. Just half a cup of whole milk ricotta provides about 14 grams of protein, but it's the quality of this protein that makes it so special. Ricotta is rich in branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs, particularly leucine, isoleucine, and valine. These amino acids bypass the liver and head straight to your muscle tissue, acting like construction workers showing up at the job site, ready to repair and rebuild. But ricotta doesn't stop at protein. It's lower in sodium than most cheeses, around 100 millimolar per half cup, making it a safer choice for seniors who are mindful of blood pressure. And because it's smooth, creamy, and easy to chew, it's perfect for older adults who may have dental issues or difficulty swallowing tougher foods. Science-backed bonus. In one study, seniors who ate about 3/4 of a cup of ricotta daily not only gained muscle mass but also improved their balance and physical performance. Men in the study showed particularly dramatic strength improvements within just 90 days. Imagine the difference: walking more steadily, climbing stairs with more ease, and feeling more confident in everyday movements. Real-life tip. Meet Sarah, age 72. She used to rely on protein shakes but found they caused bloating and discomfort. After switching to ricotta as her post-walk snack, mixed with a drizzle of honey and cinnamon, she not only felt lighter, but also noticed her legs stopped feeling weak during her evening strolls. Practical ways to enjoy ricotta. Breakfast. Spread on whole grain toast with honey and cinnamon, a creamy, protein-packed alternative to cream cheese. Lunch. Mix ricotta with fresh herbs as a dip for vegetables, or use it in sandwiches instead of mayonnaise. Dinner. Stuff ricotta into bell peppers, zucchini, or layer it into pasta sauces for a creamy boost of protein. Snack dessert. Blend ricotta with berries for a refreshing smoothie, or mix with a little cocoa powder and honey for a healthy chocolate mousse. And here's a pro tip. Always choose whole milk ricotta rather than the reduced-fat versions. Whole milk ricotta offers better satiety, richer taste, and higher levels of those fast-absorbing proteins your muscles crave. Timing is everything. To maximize ricotta's benefits, eat it within 2 hours of any physical activity, no matter how light. This ensures your muscles get the immediate protein delivery they need to recover and grow stronger. So while many seniors waste money on protein shakes and powders, ricotta quietly does the job better and more naturally. It's affordable, versatile, and most importantly, it works with your body instead of against it. With cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta, you now have a trio of muscle-building cheeses that cover all the bases: slow-release protection, concentrated nutrition, and fast-acting repair. Together, they form a simple, delicious strategy for seniors to fight sarcopenia and maintain independence. Part 2. Timing and protein distribution. Why when you eat matters more than how much at dinner. When it comes to fighting muscle loss after 60, most people focus only on how much protein they eat. But here's the truth. Timing is just as important, if not more. Think about it. After sleeping 8 to 10 hours overnight, your body has been in a fasting state. During this time, your muscles are quietly breaking down to provide energy for essential functions. That's why your very first meal of the day, breakfast, is your golden opportunity. Yet research shows the average senior only eats about 8 grams of protein at breakfast. That's barely enough to get your muscles' attention, let alone stimulate growth. Your muscles need at least 25-30 grams of high-quality protein at a time to flip the switch from breakdown to building. This is where our muscle-building cheeses shine. A simple breakfast of a half a cup of cottage cheese mixed with fresh berries and topped with 1 ounce of grated Parmesan gives you 24 grams of protein, over 2 grams of leucine, the on switch for muscle growth. That's enough to kickstart your muscles in the morning and keep them building throughout the day. Here's the golden rule. Aim for 25-30 grams of protein at each main meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This steady distribution fuels your muscles consistently instead of overloading them all at once. Unfortunately, many older adults fall into the light, heavy trap. A tiny breakfast, a modest lunch, and then a giant dinner with most of the day's protein. The problem? Your muscles can't store excess protein for later. If you eat 60 grams of protein at dinner, your body can only use about half for muscle building. The rest goes to waste. Think of it like watering a plant. If you dump a whole bucket of water once a day, most of it spills out. But if you water it evenly, a little in the morning, afternoon, and evening, the plant thrives. Your muscles are the same way. And here's a powerful timing secret. If you do any kind of activity, whether it's a 15-minute walk, gardening, or climbing the stairs, your muscles become extra receptive to protein for about 2 hours afterward. This is the perfect time to enjoy a serving of cheese. For example, after your walk, snack on ricotta with honey and cinnamon. After gardening, enjoy a few chunks of Parmesan with fruit. This pairing of light activity plus protein timing creates a much stronger muscle-building response than eating protein alone. Scientists call it the synergistic effect. And it works even in adults over 80. So remember, it's not just what you eat, it's when you eat it. By spreading protein evenly through your day and pairing it with gentle activity, you give your muscles the tools they need to stay strong, resilient, and ready for whatever life throws at you. Part 3. Protein, needs and portion guidelines. How much cheese is enough? Now that you know which cheeses to choose and when to eat them, the next question is simple. How much do you actually need each day? Here's a quick formula you can use right now. Take your weight in pounds, divide by 2.2 to get kilograms. Multiply that number by 1.2 grams of protein. That's your daily protein target. Example, if you weigh 150 pounds, that's about 68 kilograms. Multiply 68 x 1.2 and you get 82 grams of protein per day. That's the amount most older adults need to rebuild and preserve muscle. Now here's the good news. You don't have to get all of that from meat or supplements. Our 3 muscle-building cheeses, cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta, can supply a big portion of it in a way that's easy, tasty, and convenient. 2 and 3 servings daily of these cheeses can provide 35 to 40 grams of protein, and nearly half of your daily needs. That's about half a cup of cottage cheese, 1 ounce of Parmesan and 1/3 cup of ricotta spread throughout your meals. And what about calories? A lot of people worry cheese will make them gain weight. But the truth is, 2 to 3 servings of these cheeses add only 300–400 calories per day. In the context of a balanced diet, this is not only reasonable, it's strategic fuel for your muscles. But here's the real key: consistency. The research is clear. Seniors who ate cheese every single day for at least 60–90 days saw measurable improvements in strength, muscle mass, and independence. Eating it once or twice a week won't cut it. Think of it like taking your daily medicine or vitamin. The results build up over time. So if you want stronger legs, better balance, and lasting independence, make cheese a daily habit. Small, consistent servings every day are far more powerful than occasional big portions. Part 4. Exercise synergy. Why cheese? Polas. Movement works best. Here's the secret that takes everything we've covered so far to the next level. Cheese works best when you pair it with movement. On its own, cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta provide high-quality protein, calcium, and muscle-triggering amino acids. But when you combine them with even gentle resistance activity, the benefits multiply. Scientists call this a synergistic effect, meaning the results are far greater together than either one alone. Think of it this way: exercise wakes up your muscles, making them more sensitive to protein. When you eat cheese within 2 hours of physical activity, your muscles soak up those nutrients like a sponge. In fact, studies show this pairing can restore a youthful muscle-building response even in people well over 80 years old. Now, before you picture heavy gym weights or intimidating machines, let me reassure you. Resistance training for older adults can be simple, safe, and done right at home. Standing up and sitting down from a chair several times. Doing push-ups against the wall. Using light resistance bands, or even water bottles as weights. Just 10 minutes of these gentle movements 2 or 3 times per week is enough to signal your muscles to grow. And when you follow that up with a protein-rich serving of cheese, your body gets the perfect 1-2 punch. Activity to stimulate growth and nutrients to fuel it. Even daily activities count. Carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or gardening all qualify as muscle work. The key is to stay active and then feed your muscles with the right foods. Imagine this. You do a short walk around your neighborhood, come home, and enjoy a small bowl of cottage cheese with fruit. That simple routine could protect your independence for years to come. Cheese alone builds muscle. Movement alone helps maintain it. But together, they can transform your strength, balance, and energy far more than either one could by itself. Part 5. Health considerations. What you need to watch out for. Before you start adding more cheese to your daily routine, let's pause for a moment. Cheese can be an incredible ally for rebuilding muscle after 60. But like all foods, there are important considerations to keep in mind, especially if you have certain health conditions. 1. Lactose intolerance. As we age, many people develop some degree of lactose intolerance. The good news: the 3 cheeses we focused on are usually much easier to tolerate than milk. Parmesan. Aged for years, it contains virtually no lactose, meaning even those with strong intolerance can usually enjoy it without issues. Cottage cheese and ricotta. These contain some lactose, but far less than regular milk. If you're sensitive, start with small servings and see how your body responds. You can also use lactase enzyme drops or tablets to improve digestion. 2. Sodium and blood pressure. Some cheeses can be high in sodium, which matters if you're watching your blood pressure. Parmesan is naturally higher in sodium due to the aging process. Cottage cheese varies widely by brand. Some versions have 400 milliliters of sodium per half cup, while low-sodium varieties may contain under 100 milliliters. Ricotta is naturally lower in sodium. Tip: always check the label and, when possible, choose low-sodium options. Balance cheese intake with plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables to help manage blood pressure naturally. 3. Cholesterol and fat concerns. Many seniors worry about the fat and cholesterol in cheese, but modern research shows that moderate cheese consumption as part of a balanced diet does not significantly increase heart disease risk. Portion size is key. 2 to 3 servings a day, about 300-400 calories, fits comfortably into a healthy diet. If you're still concerned, look for part-skim ricotta or low-fat cottage cheese, which provide the same muscle-building protein with less fat. 4. Medication interactions. If you take blood-thinning medications like warfarin, be mindful that cheese contains vitamin K. The key isn't to avoid cheese, but to eat it consistently day to day, so your doctor can adjust your dosage accordingly. 5. Kidney health. For people with reduced kidney function, too much protein can sometimes be problematic. If you have kidney disease, always check with your doctor before increasing protein intake through cheese or other foods. Conclusion. Now you know the truth. Cheese isn't just a guilty pleasure. It can be a powerful weapon against muscle loss after 60. Cottage cheese with its slow-release protein, Parmesan with its concentrated nutrition, and ricotta with its fast-acting whey. Together, these 3 cheeses create a muscle-preserving trio that can help you stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. But here's the key. Knowledge without action won't change your health. The studies are clear. Seniors who ate these cheeses consistently for at least 60-90 days saw real improvements in muscle strength, balance, and everyday function. Imagine yourself 3 months from now, climbing stairs more easily, carrying groceries with confidence, or simply getting up from a chair without struggle. That future is within your reach. So here's your action plan. 1. Go buy all 3 cheeses, cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta. 2. Incorporate them daily into your meals. Cottage cheese for breakfast, Parmesan for lunch, ricotta for snacks or dinner. 3. Stay consistent. Think of cheese as a daily muscle supplement. Natural, delicious, and science-backed. Your muscles are waiting for the nutrients they need to repair and grow. Don't let sarcopenia steal your independence. Start today. Stay strong tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend or loved one who's over 60 and could benefit from stronger muscles. And before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Here at Natural Health 60 Plus, we bring you the latest science-backed tips to stay vibrant, strong, and independent as you age. Your journey to healthier, stronger muscles starts with just one step, and maybe one bite of cheese.